Aw, snap. Look what I got. Let's take a look. Well, hello, troopers, and welcome back to General Kenobi's Bunker. Thank you so much for joining me here for another review episode. Okay, so something you might not know about me is that I actually go through a lot of cell phone cases, and not because I break them, but just because I kind of get bored. So every 2 to 3 months, I'm always, I'm looking for something new. And thus, I came across this company called Wolfcase, which makes some awesome Star Wars cases. So I reached out to them, and they were kind enough to send us not one, not two, but three of their very, very cool cases for review, and we're gonna take a look at them right now. So, without further ado, check these guys out. But bam. Now, they were kind enough to let me choose which three I would like to take a look at. And, oddly enough, I went dark side. Who would have thunk, right? Also, remember, guys, that all of this stuff is going to be linked in the description below. Once again, take it to Wolf Cases for sending us this for review. Let's jump right into it. All right, now let's take a look at the individual cases. So, first of all, this model is the iPhone 16 Pro version, which is the phone that I have. This one here, you see this Vader. This comes from their Squadron collection. Okay, so the next model that we got from their Sith Lords collection is Darth Maul. And look at that. This might be my favorite just because of the colors. Look at how menacing he looks. He looks great. This one stood out to me immediately. I think this was my first pick. And then third, but absolutely not least, from their Helmet Heroes collection, we got Boba Fett. You know I had to have Boba, come on. But guys, check out those colors. Look amazing. I love the way this one looks. It does have, they all come with some sort of background. Like you see here, we got a bunch of ships. We got the little Star Wars logo back here. We got some X-Wings, the Falcon, TIE Fighters, all that good stuff. But to me, the Boba is definitely the eye-catching feature here. What do y'all think? So now that you have seen that they all look great, let's talk about the case itself. Okay, so this is a soft TPU shell. They're all the same, by the way. They're all the same case technically. Obviously, the graphics, it's what sets them apart. But, it does have some flexibility, for you to install it. And this actually comes in pretty handy. One thing that I love is that they actually have the raised corners. I don't know if you can see that. They do have extra material on each corner, top and bottom, so it gives you an added layer of protection. But let's see how it looks once it's on the phone. Also, another thing to note, for clarification, the samples they sent me do have the MagSafe. That is an added feature. So if you guys are ordering for your Apple devices, make sure that you are adding that on at the time that you order. Now, they do make for Android devices such as the Samsung line and the Pixel line. And I believe you are able to add these magnets as well. So make sure that if you are somebody that uses MagSafe devices or attachments, please remember to add that on at the time that you order. Okay, so now for the installation, very simple, of course. You're just going to press, on a corner right there. It slides right in, press down, and boom, you have it installed. So there it is. That's what, the phone looks like with this case. Once again, this is specifically the iPhone 16 Pro model with MagSafe. Also, gotta tell you, I've been rocking this case for almost 3 days now because I wanted to give you guys a good idea of what it is to have this on your daily driver. And I've been rocking specifically this case, the Vader, which I love how simple and yet how good this looks. I think my favorite part, to be honest with you, of course, Vader looks great, but I kind of really like the way they did the background on this. It's kind of subtle. It's not a whole lot of stuff, It says Star Wars, but you can't, you got to pay attention to see it. So again, I've been using this for about 3 days now. So let's talk about my thoughts while using this. Okay, so let's just get it out of the way. It looks great. All right. I think we all can agree on that. But this one, again, something specific to the iPhone 16 line is this weird camera button that it's got. So if you notice, this has like a cutout to allow you to still press your finger there. One thing that I appreciate on this case is the smooth edges within that, cutout, because I've had other cases that are not that great, so when you're trying to feel, your way and trying to activate that button, push down on it, they actually have, sharper edges on them, and it's a little bit bothersome. Also, speaking of that, this feels really good in hand, very comfortable. I'm a person that uses my phone a lot, through the day, and so I appreciate when a case does not dig on the palm of your hand. This one has some nice smoothed out, edges to it, and also, as I mentioned, I enjoy the slightly, bumper corners that it's got, and also the smooth design. The angles on the sides look very, very nice, and they feel great, to hold. I would say it's a thinner case. It really does, fit really well to your device. The buttons are great as well. If you can see them here, they got a nice press to them, and they line up perfect, bro. So one thing that I don't particularly like too much, but that's on any case, that's not necessarily on this one, is that they add sort of like the material in between the cameras, like this black cover that you see here. I don't like the way it looks, and to me that's just more like space where like dust and like lint, if you have it in your pocket, can accumulate. But again, that's on cases in regular, not, that's not particular to this, case. So as I mentioned before, the model specific that I was sent does come with the MagSafe magnets inside already, and I appreciate it. I've come to use, MagSafe devices, or MagSafe accessories, I should say, quite a bit with this phone. I got a couple examples here. So for example, this little folding tripod, it'll just attach to it, and as you can see, it's pretty strong. Okay, so those magnets are not, you're not going to lose your phone through those magnets. Also, it allows for you to use, something like this one here, which is a wireless battery bank. So it attaches again magnetically, right? And then this one, you just turn it on and then it starts charging. So, and again, it's very, very secure. So those magnets are plenty strong. It's not gonna let you down. So, just another reminder, if you are somebody that uses MagSafe attachments like I do, make sure that you are ordering your case with the MagSafe magnets, because that is something you have to add on at the time of order. Okay, so in short, guys, I actually really like these cases. I'll be honest with you, they're a little bit better than what I imagined. I think some of the images don't let you see sort of the contour of basically where your hand is going to be interacting with the case most of the time. You can't really see it from the camera, but they do have a little bit raised lip all around, so that when you set the phone down, on a surface, the screen is not touching it. They do cover the camera bump as well, giving you a little bit extra material all around, so that when you set that down, again, it doesn't touch the lenses. Like I said, I really appreciate, in my old age, guys, you appreciate when something, feels good and feels comfortable. All right, so this case really does do that. Like I said, I appreciate the smooth edges, the extra material, and of course, just the slimmer fit, on your phone. Okay, but I always try to, give you a honest review, right, when we talk about stuff here. So there are a couple of things that I'm not too much of a fan, and I'm not saying they're deal breakers. These are just things that stood out to me. So one of them is in the back, the graphic portion, or the back plate portion, is a little bit indented. Probably can't see it, but there's a little bit of a material all around, like all the way on the back. I'm assuming that's by design to maybe protect the graphics on the back, so that it doesn't rub too much once you set it down flat. But that is something that you are gonna notice when you grip it, like full hand on. Also, now that I have this one here, I absolutely love the way Boba looks on this graphic. But if I'm being honest, I'm not a huge fan of the background placement. So particularly this portion here, with the Falcon flying behind, I think that could have been placed a little bit better. Or to be honest with you, I think maybe even if they offer an option where it's just the graphic, like it's just Boba, even on a plain like light gray um, background, like you take off all of the ships and stuff, maybe leave the Star Wars logo or something like that, but like a more simplified background, I feel that this graphic would pop so much better. It looks great as it is, right? But I kind of feel that the background actually takes away a little bit in this particular design. Um, Also on the Darth Maul, so same thing. The Darth Maul looks incredible, but if I'm being nitpicky, just the background on it, some of the lighting features, especially here, um, I think once again, if they just offer an option with the graphic on its own, maybe even on this regular sort of semi-translucent gray that they got, I think this will look like insane. I love the way they look as it is, but again, if I'm being nitpicky, I kind of feel that on these two in particular, the background takes away a little bit from the graphic. But you let me know down in the comments, what do you think? If you agree with me, if you think they're just fine as it is. Speaking of the graphic, the background, I am a huge fan of the way they did Vader. Like I said, I appreciate sort of the simplified background, of just the letters, and it doesn't take away a lot from the graphic itself. I think they really balanced this one well. There's others that are very similar, of course, and you guys should definitely check out their website, which again is gonna be linked down below. And that is gonna do it, troopers. Thank you so much for joining me again on another review of this very, very cool product. Please let me know down in the comments, what did you think? Which one was your favorite? Would you be rocking the Darth Maul, the Boba Fett, or like I have this past week, the Darth Vader? Again, thank you so much to Wolfcase for sending us this for review. These are actually really good. I will be using them quite a bit. Make sure you check them out. And let me know down in the comments if you end up picking up one and which one did you choose. Also, I would greatly appreciate it if you leave us a like on this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much if you already have. And please consider sharing the content with people you think would enjoy it. Remember, we now have channel memberships available. So if you so choose to support the channel, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Thanks again, and I will catch you on the next one.